Welcome to Blinded by the Item, juicy bits of gossip with the names left out. I'm Don McClain, that's Bradley Traynor, and that's Mike Ganger in his purple shirt over there, ready to read us some blind items from the deep, dark places of the internet that only he will go, and we try to figure out which celebrity he's talking about.
Every week I have to have conversations with IT about why my computer has triggered so many malware and spyware and all the different wares.
Trying to shut down the truth,
They're
Mike.
trying to, but
Right.
That's where I'm going.
All right.
We appreciate
willing
it
to.
because otherwise we'd be sitting here just staring at each other for 1 hour every day, and that would be awkward.
Yes.
You know what was awkward?
What?
The actor awards. Because afterwards,
Finally.
after the actor awards, this longtime B-list actress who jumped to A- list recently got so hammered drunk that they were annoying everybody at every single party they attended.
You guys, what is this?
I don't
College?
know. This longtime A-list
Hollywood?
actress who jumped up to A- list recently got hammered drunk at the Actors Awards and was annoying to everyone, not only at the event, but also at the after parties, everyone that she attended.
After parties.
Was she nominated?
The film
I
maybe
have
she
to-
was in was
I
nominated.
have to look this up. I believe the show was nominated.
Oh, okay. So she's a TV actress?
That's where the jump from longtime B-list
okay.
to recently A- list came from. Let me see the winners list here.
I don't have a list of
Okay. I just like to be able to
nominations, no.
actually answer
We
your
know who
question.
she
I don't
is.
know. Yeah.
Okay.
I believe
So-
it was just the show, not necessarily her
Okay.
specifically.
Okay, so the TV show she was in was nominated.
Correct. And now I can confirm that. Yes.
And it was a show. Did any of us watch the show?
Yes.
Okay.
Did one of us watch the show or three of us?
This is like The
Look,
Price
I'll
is
take.
Right. Ladies, do I have one number right? Ladies, do I have two numbers right? Did
I
all
have-
three of us watch this show?
Oh,
Okay.
so this has to be relatively easy then. It's not White Lotus.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Longtime B-list actress who recently jumped up to A-
Parker Posey?
Yep. I can also confirm she was actually up for outstanding performance in a drama series herself as well.
But she would.
Lorazepam.
She did deserve that nomination.
How
for
many
sure.
drag queens were crowned this last year? Lorazepam. Or
Right.
Pam. Well, no, it'd be Loraza, Pam. Yeah, that would be ideal.
She was
Sorry, I
up
needed to figure that
in the category with Britt Lower from Severance, her fellow co-star from The White Lotus, Amy Lou Wood, and also Ray Seahorn from Pluribus. But they all fell to Carrie Russell from The Diplomat.
Oh, right. Has anyone seen that show?
No, I've
Everyone
not.
loves it.
I know. That's a network show, though, right?
It's
Isn't
which
it?
one is it?
Or is that a Prime?
No, I think it's like isn't it this? Is it like what is it? No,
FX?
No, it's Netflix. It looks like.
Oh, it is Netflix.
Yeah.
Okay. I take that back then. Because I was going to say, I think the thing that kept me from watching is that it was that it was a network show, but no, that's not true. I was
thinking of her other film, The Americans. That one was FX.
That did great.
That did amazing. Everyone says Carrie Russell was amazing in that one too. So there you go. According to the blind items, though, it was Parker Posey, though, who was longtime B-list actress who jumped into A- list and got hammered drunk at the Actors Awards, was annoying everybody, not only at her table, but also at all the after parties she went to following the event.
Good for her.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how I would be annoyed with that.
No.
It's
Like
just kind of like her character and
Parker Posey
White
coming
Lotus.
over to the table and being a
White
hot
Lotus.
mess, please.
Yeah.
I would like that experience.
Yeah.
Also, I get what they mean by B- list or B list
B-list,
up
jump
to
to
A list.
A-.
I'm like, I get why you're saying that, but I don't know that I would necessarily agree. Because in my mind, as a child of the 80s and
Yes.
90s, she is an A-list actress. But I
Why
get
don't you
what
write
they
in the
mean.
comments what you think? Same comments
what do you
who
think?
don't think Ryan Reynolds is an A-lister.
Yeah. Okay, so thanks for starting that.
Thank you for all
pulling
the
that
comments
scab off.
yesterday
$1 billion
about
at the box office.
Yeah.
yeah. people love the dowsing rods. We
nice.
probably won't do that on a regular basis just because it would change our algorithm.
Oh, also, well, how's that?
I mean, then it would be like a dowsing.
Well, we're not going to do it for every blind. Like, you could do a show just called, like, what does the dowsing rod say? But I would like to just say, first of all, if you don't know what she's talking about, yesterday, Dawn, who roundly criticized the use of dowsing rods as a actual tool, has them.
I have them.
Brought them in,
and
then we use them. Also, let me use them in a way that, Mike, perhaps opened a portal of hell, which is my great fear with things like that. And, for example, Ouija boards, because somebody in the comments said, you have to have them. You have to say goodbye to them.
Yeah. I mean, there are all kinds of, rules about.
Well, thanks for.
But I don't subscribe
putting
to those
me at
rules.
Risk.
Okay. I don't.
You may not, but the universe might.
Okay. I just think it's, and no offense.
Oh my God!
The lights just flashed.
The lights went out.
The lights just went out in the entire studio. They flashed and came back on. The portal is still open.
Goodbye, dowsing
portal.
rods. Whatever we're supposed to do. Thanks for being there. It was fun, but now we're done.
Wild. That just happened.
We're done. Cutting it out. That
Yeah.
was terrifying.
You guys are so funny. Okay, so they both
As
have done some ghost hunting with me before. Remember that? Like 3 years ago or so.
Call me a big baby.
Yeah.
And it was pretty fun. It was pretty funny. I brought out some of my other equipment that was,
it's fun until
and you were pretty surprised that we got an answer, right? Remember we put it on that. We were in an old mansion.
Well, we got an answer. I would just like to bring it back to the topic at hand, which is that we got an answer from wherever yesterday that was very accurate.
Yeah, I guess about Jim Carrey.
Yeah, that he is not, in fact, a clone or a robot
he's
or
not
whatever.
a robot, but that's
Either
just
one.
like,
But
I don't subscribe to dowsing rods. That's my thing. Is that
it's
I don't
clear.
Or cloning,
I don't-
apparently.
yeah.
She didn't think he was a clone.
Well, she's also a fan of Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Still waiting for him to ask you for your hand in marriage.
I mean, maybe if he can relax his face, maybe just take out
relax his face.
I don't
He
know, just
completely
let
changed
that,
it.
maybe dissolve some of the fillers, or the facelift will relax. Just get rid of the fat grafting in his cheeks.
Okay. Well, good luck to him. But thank you again for keeping us entertained yesterday and also wreaking the other side upon us.
No.
And if you missed any of that, subscribe, head on over to our YouTube channel, and you can watch yesterday's very paranormal experience that we all had.
Yeah.
And today, apparently.
And today, with the lights just flashing here.
I hope that got
wild.
picked up on camera.
I hope
there was
so.
probably a ghost flying by too that they'll see later in the premiere.
Let's keep rolling on with some more Blinded by the Item today. How about this one here? This former A-lister has been locked in the studio with the same people behind last year's super successful album from the A-list singer/actress and the foreign-born singer's controversial album. The original A-lister has all of her comeback hopes riding on this, which is why she doesn't have time for paparazzi strolls and instead is leaking the pregnancy rumors all by herself.
Oh my gosh. This is very complicated. And
Let me just read the easy part. This former A-lister has been locked in the studio, and that's why she can't do paparazzi strolls, which is why she herself is leaking the pregnancy rumor stories. Now, she's been locked in the studio with the same people that helped produce the successful album last year from an A-list singer/actress and this foreign-born singer's controversial album from a year ago.
So the same person that had success with 2 albums last year. One was
a couple people. Again, the producers, I don't know if you're actually going to know these individuals, producers/writers, but they're apparently in the same room as this former A-lister.
Okay.
Who's trying to have a big comeback album.
Is she somebody who has been gone for quite a while?
No, actually.
Oh. So it's not Rihanna?
No.
Okay.
Good guess, though. We've got rumors and a little snippet that she might be working on some new music. We saw her behind a big production board. Might have some new Riri on the way. And more than just whatever we got in that Trolls movie about being best friends or whatever.
Oh. No.
This
Did you call her an actress as well as a singer?
I didn't call. The blind item just says this former A-lister.
Okay.
But this is an individual who is former A-list singer, and I'd say / actor. Sure.
Was there an actress in here like the first one mentioned in the second part, like an A-list?
Yeah, that's
singer,
an A-list
actress?
singer / actress that had a very successful album last year.
Okay. Is the last one, the foreign-born controversial album, is that Lily Allen?
Yep.
Okay.
Then an A-list singer / actress with a big album last year.
That wasn't Gaga?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
So basically what you've got so far is this former A-lister, who is a singer / actress, has been locked in the studio with the same people behind Gaga's Mayhem album last year and also Lily Allen's album from a year ago. The A-lister knows that all of her comeback hopes are riding on this upcoming album, which is why she doesn't have time for paparazzi strolls, and instead she's leaking those pregnancy rumors all by herself.
The producer's not like, it doesn't matter, but Mark Ronson.
No. Again, I doubt you're going to know the producers right offhand. That part is just
who's been
in addition.
Is she an American singer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Former A-list singer / actress.
Oh, it's not like Ariana.
Big comeback album hopes.
Comeback, Don. Who needs a comeback? And you said, but not like
Samson.
You said she wasn't gone that long.
Oh, she's actually been very not gone for the last year. But
so why are we calling it a comeback?
Because the last album sucked.
Oh, Katy Perry.
Okay.
Have you guys seen the rumors?
No.
That she's pregnant, yes.
With Justin Trudeau's baby.
Babies.
Twins?
That's what the rumor has us believing. According to the blind items, Katy Perry has been locked in the studio with, by the way, Circuit is the person that, the producer behind Mayhem album.
Well, at least you didn't say Dr. Luke.
Well, yeah, there's that.
Yeah, because she used to work with him.
Yeah, the last album.
And then there's Greg Kirsten, who worked on Lily Allen's album. They're apparently locked in the studio alongside Katy Perry, trying to mash out. This would be, I think it's KP7. I think it's her 8th album, maybe. Maybe it's the 8th. I don't know. Women's World might have been 7. I don't know. But I guess this is where all of her musical comeback hopes are riding on it. She wants to have a big return to what Katy Perry used to be, kind of like what Gaga did with Mayhem. And she doesn't have time for paparazzi strolls, which is why she herself is leaking all these rumors about being pregnant.
Why doesn't she have time? I mean, she had time with Justin when she was on tour, for crying outside.
Yeah.
She just doesn't want to leave the studio,
I guess.
Okay.
I hope that these new producers will give her a different sound, because that last album wasn't good. She has a great voice. She just needs new producers who are creating new music and sound for her, because it's like, I think she's still trying to put out these pop hits that they just sound dated. I don't know.
I will say Circuit, the Canadian producer that she's rumored to be working with, is the same person who produced Part of Me from her, Roar, Dark Horse, also did Wrecking Ball by Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, so
Girls Like You.
She needs a good
Maroon 5.
anthem.
Yeah.
I think she, I don't want her to get too far away. Like if she all of a sudden shows up in a swan costume like Bjork, I'd be like, that might be a little too far down the road. But maybe going back to more of the like let's not try to overthink it. I think that was a problem with that Woman's World.
Yep, Woman's World.
Where you were just like, somebody was trying real hard.
Yeah.
I don't think you need to try that hard. Just have a good beat and belt something out.
Mm-hmm.
She's real good at belting it out.
Give us some raw vocals that are like really
Firework! I think she literally should take a page out of what Gaga did. Again, Circuit also worked on Mayhem, which after Chromatica and Joanne and some of the other stuff she worked on, this felt like she was back to the Fame and Born This Way. Like it was kind of that album where it was like, okay, we're back. This is what we want from Gaga.
weird movements, weird vocals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So hopefully they can find that for Miss Katy Perry.
Well,
and maybe she's pregnant with twins.
That would be,
who knows?
Very
Maybe
exciting
we can
for her.
pay-per-view that birth.
What?
Yeah, live stream it, something.
I don't want to do that.
Okay.
Why do you want to do that?
I'd give her a lot of popularity.
Well, she did. Is that a reference to what she did do? You'll remember she actually live streamed living in a box for a day or something. Do you remember that?
What?
No.
Yeah, what was that?
Like a refrigerator box?
Kind of, not really.
She's
but
like,
she
I'm
was
just
on
going to order
camera.
Amazon. Let's see if I can survive in my garage.
No, this was a number of years ago.
96-hour stream.
Yeah, when was that?
Oh.
A 4-day YouTube live stream from Katy Perry.
We covered it live. on the radio.
2017.
Okay, yeah, that sounds about right.
Huh.
That was the many hours of my life that...
Well, tell us the whole report. You guys did it live. The live stream.
There
What happened?
really was nothing to tell. I mean, she literally was sleeping.
She opened up
eating.
with yoga with Jesse Tyler Ferguson and then welcomed or hosted a dinner with Patty Jenkins, the director of Wonder Woman.
Okay.
And then talked to Neil deGrasse Tyson and then welcomed Gordon Ramsay. What is this?
Yeah.
I just want to see her
96
sleeping.
hour? Yeah.
That's not
Okay,
weird or
that's kind
anything.
of creepy.
I just want to see if she like opens her mouth and snores and, you know.
I've washed most of it out of my mind, but I do remember just sitting here staring at the live stream like, well, okay.
This was ahead, and it concluded with a free concert in Los Angeles. It was all ahead of her 5th studio album, Witness,
Oh,
which
yeah.
also was bad. So don't do that anymore.
Yep, Katy Perry live going to sleep, nuggets humping things is a clip you can watch on YouTube.
What? Nuggets humping things?
I don't know what that means. I'm just reading what's on the internet.
RuPaul showed up and they did charades.
Okay, that's fun.
Yeah. James Corden was there. Played with the dogs.
So, you know, she's good at a stunt.
Yeah.
All right.
Congrats.
Congrats. It's a woman's world and we're lucky to be living in it.
True.
Let's keep rolling on with some more blind items here. Like, subscribe, and watch us on YouTube if you're not doing so already. This now A-list athlete has been enjoying... I love this one. This now A-list athlete has been enjoying and taking advantage of hooking up with a few women in just the last couple of weeks.
What?
He is hoping that he doesn't get caught by his higher-on-the-list girlfriend, though she can't really say much since she's already slept with his brother.
Is this Jake and Logan Paul?
It's not.
Okay.
Oh, I love this one.
All right,
though.
can you do that one more time?
This now A-list athlete has been enjoying and also taking advantage of some popularity by hooking up with a few women in just the last week or two. He is hoping he doesn't get caught by his higher-on-the-list girlfriend, though she can't really say much since she's already slept with his brother.
Okay, so I kind of think I know what this is, but let's break it down. So the way you described him was now A-list?
Correct. Now A-list athlete.
Because of something that just occurred within the last couple weeks?
Yep.
Perhaps something at the Olympics?
Mm-hmm.
And I think the key word here being his brother.
Uh-huh.
And is his brother on the same team?
Nope.
Oh,
Well,
so
I guess
it's
he was
not-
on the same Olympic team, yeah.
Oh, I guess I don't know then. Is this the hockey guy? Yeah.
Jack
I don't know what his
Hughes?
name.
And his higher-on-the-list girlfriend?
I don't know.
Oh,
You
yeah. We do know.
The notes
Do we?
will tell you here in a second.
Yeah.
The notes, did you write it down?
Oh, sure. Somewhere. I need to get all these like Joe Burrows out.
Oh,
here.
yes.
Higher on the list, foreign-born pop star.
We talked about her, right? Who am I? Oh, no. Now I'm thinking about the girlfriend of Logan Paul.
Oh, no.
Foreign-born
star.
pop star. She's a Brit.
No.
Oh, darn it.
What do you got in there?
Even if it's not in the notes, Dawn, I think you can think of this. Foreign-born pop star.
Foreign-born
Hockey. Foreign-born pop star.
Foreign-born.
Canadian.
Canadian.
Oh.
She's Canadian. She is.
And her name is Alanis Morissette.
I know
You
you
oughta
were
know.
going to say that. Oh, darn it.
Her fans are perhaps the best way to enjoy a potato.
The Frenchies. The fries. The Fry Guys.
The Fry Guys.
Ketchup dunkers. The best way to enjoy a fry? Holes?
It's round.
It's round. Tater tot? Oh, cater tots or tater. Yeah,
Tate
Tate
McRae?
McRae.
There you go. I love this blind item because when I'm blinded by the item, do we get to talk about
Tater tots?
well, tater tots and also member of the Minnesota Wild, Quinn Hughes, but he apparently is hooked up with Tate McRae, just like his brother, or it could be Luke Hughes. They've got 3 brothers. But according to the blind items, Jack Hughes has been enjoying his recent superstardom and hooking up with a few women just the last couple of weeks. He is hoping it doesn't get caught by Tate McRae, although she can't really say much since she's already slept with his brother.
All right.
No,
I
Luke's
love
the one
whoever knows this blind, just,
It's like
got
a
all of
local
it.
person.
I was going to say, is it actually one of them?
And here's the thing, though. It would almost have to be Luke, the brother, because Quinn, again, plays for Minnesota. They're nowhere near each other.
Yeah.
He plays for New Jersey, and his brother plays with him on New Jersey. So Jack and Luke are both playing for New Jersey. I also, if you've seen any of the publicity and stuff they do, does anyone think this relationship is any way, shape, or form real?
I mean, sounds very publicationship likely, but I'm not the expert.
Have you heard him do interviews? He sounds like a 15-year-old scared child.
Yeah.
Like he's your typical, I've played hockey, a sport, my entire life. I am
He's
a
like, look at
child.
my
You think he's not worldly enough?
I don't think he's dating Tate McRae. And keep in mind, she had an endorsement deal with NBC Universal ahead of the Olympics, the event that made him a superstar. This is all a PR, this is all a publicationship.
Well,
It always has been. Come on now.
Come on now.
not the only one either for the Olympics.
This is true. What's your other favorite one from the Olympics?
Well, I don't know, but we talked about one. Let's see. It was because there was somebody else who was looking for an endorsement deal.
Oh, okay.
Who was that? Or is it not the
Sorry,
Olympics?
I just thought maybe you had one on hand. I wasn't trying to put you on the
but
spot.
now it's in my brain. Who we had talked about somebody who we were like, oh, they want to get. Oh no, I'm thinking of Kim Kardashian and Lewis Hamilton. Because remember Nike, they wanted to get Nike to do an endorsement deal.
Yeah.
Not Olympian.
Filling in the blind, though, the Jack Hughes has been enjoying, or I think we already did this, but Tate McRae, but she can't say much because she's already hooked up with one of his brothers. Again, I think this is...
Well, and if it's a publicationship, surprise.
Yeah.
Of course they're hooking up with people.
Mm-hmm. And it's just, Did you guys watch him on SNL or on Jimmy Fallon last night?
Did not.
Okay. They're
Highlights?
They're just so, again, they're man children. Like anybody most athletes that are early 20s or 24 and 26, they've been playing a sport their entire life. Their life hasn't changed since they were 12, and it still hasn't changed. Yeah. And they just won the Olympics, and it's cool, and we're proud of them. It's awesome. But I don't know. This is hilarious.
They're not seasoned, bit on the...
Well, you also can't expect an A-list athlete to also be Hollywood ready,
1,000%.
right? And we just expect people can sit in front of a camera like, come on, dance, perform.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I'm sure somebody will end up on Dancing with the Stars, one of them.
Oh, gosh, great.
I see what they do on skates. Just imagine when they're those skates
ice dancing.
So there you go. You guys got that one nicely done. Let's remind everybody to check us out over on YouTube if you haven't done so already. Like and subscribe. Speaking of some distractions, I thought this was an interesting story. Angelina Jolie.
Yes, she is not dating. I love these stories that are like, it's not, she's now been seen with this person. She has, but it's her co-star, Lewis Carroll. And I guess some people are trying to make their on-screen romance into real-life dating. It's her co-star of Couture. They are not dating. Even though they've been out to dinner, they've broken bread with friends, TMZ says.
So it's TMZ saying they're not dating?
Yeah. Which I'm like, that means they are dating and she doesn't want people to know? Or what is this? I don't think she wants the public image of dating anyone because then she wouldn't be able to be the long-suffering woman.
Well, I would also like to remind everyone that every single man that she's ever had lunch with or been seen with in public, there's a story that comes out about 5 minutes later saying they're not dating. Mm-hmm. Because remember, it included, but was not limited to, The Weeknd. And then that one French guy.
Oh, yeah.
Who actually had a wife or a girlfriend or something. Maybe he was Italian, European, I don't know. Anyway, so this seems like maybe par for the course, but...
Oh, you're talking about Akala, British rapper, author, and activist. Akala, he was tooling around with her for a while, going to a bunch of different things. been seen with her kids and everything. So I guess he's out of the picture. But, I think that she doesn't want to be dating anyone. That's
seen as dating anyone?
Seen as dating anyone, because then people would have to move on from the pain and suffering of Brad Pitt. And she doesn't want that to happen. She wants people to remember forever what happened. It just goes along with her image.
Which is also why every single time one of the kids decide to no longer use Pitt as a last name, we get it as the top story on People.
Yeah. It's just like we just had, she just did a film and her son was involved. It was Maddox. He dropped the name Pitt. And of course, it had to be stories that Brad was livid and all these stories about how Angelina is the master manipulator. And it's just like, the kid decided himself. He doesn't have a relationship with him.
And I also don't know if stuff's forever, but at least while they're still in court fighting each other, it's clear that the motivation for any headline involving a Pitt or a Jolie, you could probably 6 degrees of long-suffering legal battles your way back to that case.
Right. And it's not like an incident happened and the kids weren't there. Okay? The kids were there on the airplane when he had his violent episode. So they can make their own decisions about how they feel about, their dad.
They can,
I would say she does have a big influence on them since they live with her full time. Yeah. But some of the older ones have made the decision just not to have a relationship. I don't know if he sees any of his kids,
Yeah, I don't think we've seen it. And as much as we see him out
we
with
would know.
Anybody else, he would make sure we see it when it happens.
Of course, but she's not going to let that happen.
No, not at all. All right. That's a interesting nugget. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
To keep an eye on.
Different than the humping nuggets that we never addressed that you just said something about.
Yeah, can we talk about the humping nuggets?
Yeah,
I went to the YouTube channel.
Is she
or the YouTube
was
page?
Was she humping in her sleep?
It's a website. All it said, there was a link to the live stream, and it said something about humping nuggets. I don't remember that part of the live stream, but that is on the YouTubes, which hopefully you're already on. And by the way, that was a good reminder, Mike, too, because we are so close to 8,000 subscribers. We're at almost 7,900, I think. So if you guys could get us over the top to 8,000, that would mean that we're that much closer to 10,000. So thank you.
If you're watching and you've, you like our channel, or if you've watched more than once and you're like, oh, I haven't subscribed, it's not going to.
Yeah.
Just do it.
I've got very good news.
Just do it.
Just do it. Just click it.
I've got very good news.
Yes.
I now know what the humping nugget story is all about.
Okay.
Nugget is the teacup poodle that Katy Perry owns. And while she was doing her live stream, Nugget the puppy, Nugget Perry, was humping
Makes total
things.
Sense.
So there you go. She's adorable. No,
well, I remember that dog I'm assuming that dog is still with us. But
years active.
Or
2016 to present.
Years active.
That's what's listed on here.
On the internet or where?
The Katy Perry, well, probably just active in life.
No, I'm saying, where does it tell you that it's
Katy Perry Wiki?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I remember that dog. Orlando Bloom loved that dog.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay.
Nugget almost died back in 2018. She fell off the bed and stopped breathing. Fortunately, Katie's assistant saved the dog's life with CPR.
Wow.
Oh, no.
CPR.
Oh, no. Ex-fiance Orlando Bloom had a dog of the same breed. Oh, that was Mighty. Mighty passed away. Nugget's still with us, though.
Okay. Wow, you just took us on a journey, Mike.
Nugget Perry.
See?
Nugget Perry.
Yeah. Oh, got his own. Miss Nugget Perry has her own Instagram. So if you are following Nugget,
first subscribe to us, but then Nugget Perry.
Uh-huh. Just the cutest little...
That's my drag name, Nugget Perry.
All right.
Okay.
You guys ready to do more blind items?
Obviously.
I got to follow Nugget.
You got to follow Nugget. Okay. Let's keep rolling on with some more blinded by the item today. How about this one? This longtime A-list singer/actress will be celebrating all week long, but it's easy to see just how fake these numbers are when your top 5 album doesn't even have a single song in the top 100.
Ooh.
This longtime A-list singer/actress will be celebrating all week long, but It's easy to see how fake the numbers are when your top 5 album doesn't even have a single song in the top 100.
Okay, so this is somebody that just put out an album.
Speaking of comeback albums, yes.
Have we talked about this album at all?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Long time A-list?
Long-time A-list singer/actress will be celebrating all week long, but it's easy to see how fake these numbers actually are when your top 5 album doesn't even have a single song in the Hot 100.
Your top 5 album, and we've talked about her, and she's a singer and an actress, and her name...
Oof.
Pop star.
American? Okay.
I mean, there's no Ariana Grande, is there? Is she going on tour? Oh, yas, queen. Okay. Was she caught up in a bunch of falderall?
A long time because she started at a young age.
Hilary Duff.
Hilary Duff.
Oh, okay.
No,
I was like, long time. So, yeah.
Yeah, she's been active for 2
But
decades.
she hasn't been making albums. She's not like a...
Well, I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Comeback
Here I
album.
am. I'm like in the comments disagreeing with your...
Longtime A-minus
description.
list singer/actress will be celebrating all week long, but it's easy to see how fake the numbers are when her top 5 album, number 3, by the way, doesn't have a single song in the Hot 100.
Well, I haven't heard anything about this. I mean, in my life, people haven't been like, hey, listen to the new Hilary Duff album.
I did try to listen to part of it.
Did you?
I did
And?
listen to the top, the one who had the most streams. And, I mean, it's just kind of like so overmodulated. It's like, whenever they just duplicate a voice like 20 times and put a lot of echo on it, It's like you're not going to be able to recreate that sound ever live on stage. So don't do that, Anybody can sound great in a studio. It wasn't, the singing chops weren't really like, I mean, what do we expect? She was
Yeah,
just
I
a teen
I have
star.
no idea what Hilary Duff is capable of or not because I've never really. I mean, would I know her music? I'm sure there are singles I would know, but
Probably
she's
not.
not on my list.
I will just say, so yeah, obviously started as Lizzie McGuire 25 years ago.
Wow.
But the one thing I will say, and I know the blinds, and again, I didn't create this because I call a little exception to it. We looked at the numbers of her upcoming appearance here as far as tickets
And
go.
she was selling good, right?
I know what I paid to go to Pitbull at the same exact location, and it was far less than people are paying to see Hilary Duff.
Wow.
So Pitbull and Little John at the same exact venue, far less than what Hilary Duff is getting for tickets. So people are excited about this comeback.
You kind of have to feel like there's a generational thing,
Yes.
right? So like the women that were fans of Hilary Duff are now at a certain point in their lives where they, want to have some nostalgia, and like this is
their
perfect
teen show.
act, I would imagine.
Mm-hmm.
And there's definitely varying. I'm looking right now just at prices. A month before the local performance here, you can get tickets at the amphitheater in Florida for $40. So I guess maybe it varies just based on location.
Yeah.
We just,
But still.
yeah, people are pretty excited though, and are actually buying. Yeah. I will just say the blind is accurate in the fact that she has the number 3 album in the country on the Hot 200, but not a single song from that is on the Hot 100.
Okay. Wow. That's...
Which is
I will say
interesting.
sometimes the blinds too are a little harsh on female artists.
Correct.
So, I mean, I've been around long enough to know that they can be overly critical of success, especially with albums and tours.
Well, let's be overcritical of a male artist right now because I've got a new special we need to do every single week because I just saw it and it annoys me.
Okay,
What?
good. Is this called I Just Saw It and It Annoys Me?
Nope, this is called your Jelly Roll Distraction Story of the Week.
Oh,
Because we talked about this last week that for some reason the people behind Jelly Roll are just pumping out stories for us constantly.
to distract.
To distract from whatever really happened or whatever's really going on because it is constant. And today, for this week's Jelly Roll Distraction of the Week, he fell off an ATV, broke his neck right before the Grammys.
What?
How do we just learn about that now?
Because they didn't have anything else to tell us about this week.
Meaning,
Okay.
are you
Like,
questioning
this
that
is
it
an old
happened?
No, I'm not
story?
questioning that it's happened. Like he's wearing a neck brace. He's in the hospital. They've got X-rays. I think it happened, but I think this is again part of the
They're just
rollout.
They're like, hey, put that in the hopper. We're going to put that in the tickler file.
About the tickler file. Ew.
Last month, Grammy Awards, he showed up. So this again was, Grammys were a full month ago, month and a half ago or whatever it was. I guess a few weeks beforehand, he had a crash in late January on an ATV, and he broke his, actually it was his collarbone that he broke.
Okay.
But
God, that's terrifying.
That's still super painful.
Yeah.
Gosh, I'm surprised he showed up at the Grammys.
Yeah.
Was he at the Grammys?
He was.
Okay, I thought so.
He was at the Grammys.
Because I remember his wife's outfit and, looking all thin and trim.
Well, he wasn't wearing a neck brace, so, that sounds like a very painful experience, but maybe he just took it off for the performance. But also, to your point, why are we talking about it on March 3rd?
Well, because he had to turn it into normal Jelly Roll inspiration. I was so scared to get back on that ATV, but you know what, y'all? I went ahead and did it. And I figured that if I waited too long...
The Lord wants me to get back on that ATV.
Sooner or later, it was going to be more and more afraid of that thing, so I just had to get on there and do it. So that's what I did.
Also,
thanks, Jelly.
Maybe just don't get on it.
Mr. Roll.
Those things terrify me. You know why? Because they roll.
Yes.
Like jelly.
Yeah.
Go up a cliff.
Yeah, don't hot dog it.
I don't know what that means.
Hot dog and jelly rolls?
You just, like if you're a guitar player and they are getting real on it, that's called hot dogging it. Hot dogging it.
They're getting real on it?
They're like really showing off. It's called hot dogging.
Yeah.
And I would say you can do that on an ATV,
I just feel like you never hear of a good story on an ATV. Like somebody brings up a story about an ATV, it ain't going to be a good one.
I got butterflies. I just had a net.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I
found treasure. I found a lost puppy and took it home. Nobody says that. It's like, I almost died.
Well, there's always going to be a last one. So unfortunately, it's going to be this one.
Oh, great. That was ominous also.
The reason so little is being released about the recent crimes of this offspring of a permanent A-lister is to protect the identity of the underage girl he's been stalking for weeks.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Why'd you have to go dark?
The reason so little is being said about the recent crimes of this offspring of a permanent A-lister is protect the identity of the underage girl he's been stalking for weeks.
I don't like this.
Is this Selsun Blue or whatever?
Selsun Blue?
No.
Dandruff?
No.
Shampoo?
No. What's his name?
And you're right, it is.
Cher's
Yeah, you're talking about...
Elijah Blue.
Yeah. Selsun Blue.
Elijah Blue Allman.
Too soon.
According to the blind items, that's the reason so little is being released about his recent arrests. This is scary and weird.
It is very scary because there have been multiple times, I think more than
twice.
At least twice, where he's like broken in somewhere and just hanging out.
Twice in 3 days. He first off was unruly and eventually arrested because he was at a prep school of some form.
No.
Yep. And he was being unruly, and eventually they had to call the cops, and he was arrested, and then he was let go. And then 2 days later, he broke into the back of a random home and was just sitting on the couch smoking a cigarette. And,
can you imagine?
And the wife who was there, it was a husband and wife. The wife called the police on him, and they showed up, and he said, no, I've been allowed. They told me I could be here.
Drugs.
What?
Well, I think, probably a combo platter at this point. Like, this is some serious stuff.
I'm hoping it's just drugs and poor decisions rather than what the blind item is leading us to believe. But
I mean, Cher had him kidnapped to try to get him away from, whatever was going on. Remember that whole story?
Yeah, it was a lot.
I
feel bad for her, and I feel bad, for him, obviously, needing to work through whatever he needs to work through, because that is really terrifying behavior and also dangerous.
Let's get that out of.
But can I just really quickly,
please.
My brain instantly went to a place which was far more comedic, but not because of the topic of the blind. But I instantly thought of Chet Hanks.
Oh no,
because we just talked about him yesterday. Is he still stuck?
I think he's still stuck in Colombia. Last I heard.
Somebody call Rita.
Don't they have like a private jet? Well, I guess it's the government who won't let him.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That's the problem.
Because his passport isn't
He only has according to him, he only has his Greek passport, not
So
his U.S. passport.
what is the problem?
So I don't know what's going on.
Is it the U.S. that won't let him in because he has a Greek passport?
I think they're not letting him in because
that
he's
doesn't
Chet
surprise
Hanks.
me. Because I wonder what the real story is.
The actor explains that he was traveling with his Greek passport. He does have a U.S. passport, but he didn't have it because it's about to expire.
Okay.
So sometimes they won't let you in the country even if it hasn't expired, but it's about to expire. So he probably tried to get back into the U.S., and you know how they tell you if your passport's going to expire within 6 months.
Yeah.
But he was traveling with the Greek, and that means the United States doesn't have to let him back in because he's not carrying a U.S. passport. So they're obviously, he says, if I'm using a foreign passport, I need a green card to get back into America. I don't have a green card because I'm a citizen. I would assume that means Rita's going to send him his passport so he can get out of there.
Yeah, but I mean, if it's about to expire.
Usually you can go to the embassy too and get like, some sort of temporary paperwork. Anyway, get out of there.
Best of luck, Chet.
They might have to send him some money too. Sounds like he spent it all on ladies.
The reason why he lost
the
his
blind
passport?
from yesterday, which you can watch, by the way, on our YouTube channel. But we'll get to that. First, I want to remind you can listen to us on the radio live Monday through Friday on MyTalk 107.1. And you can download us wherever you get your podcasts. Please leave us a review and subscribe there as well. But at the end of the day, head over to our YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, click the notification bell, and tell all your friends about
Blinded by the Item. Bye.
Blinded by the item.